first letter changed everything. Not because it confirmed what Akpo feared, but because it rewrote the rules. Akosya wasn't missing. She had disappeared on purpose, slipped out of their lives like smoke under a door, and now she was watching. Somewhere out there, she was alive, operating under her maiden name as if erasing the years she spent as Akosya Canada would undo the life they built. Akpo didn't tell anyone, not even Kabi. He hid the letter behind a worn recipe book, the one where her handwritten jollof recipe still had oil stains on the corner. He didn't know why he kept it. Hope? Guilt? Maybe fear. But every time he opened the pantry, he could feel it watching him. A silent reminder. Weeks passed, quiet, too quiet, until the fire. It began with the smell of kerosene outside his catering van, faint like a memory. Then a rag soaked and stuffed into the van's exhaust, found early one morning before deliveries. Akpo removed it and said nothing. Not to the police, not to his neighbor, not to Kabi. But that night, he couldn't sleep, because someone had been there. The next day, Kabi came home from school with bruised knuckles. "You get in a fight?" Akpo asked, casual as he chopped onions. Kabi hesitated. "Sort of. Someone followed me from class, said things about her." "What kind of things?" "That she's not hiding because she's scared. She's hiding because she stole something." Akpo froze. "Who told you that?" "Some guy, not from school, looked like one of Martin's boys, said if I'm smart, I'll disappear too." Akpo tried to stay calm, but his hand trembled on the knife. He reached for a towel to steady himself. That night, another letter came. No return address. This time, it wasn't from her. Open quote, "She made promises to people who don't forget. You're next if you don't stay quiet." Close quote. No signature, no threats, just a statement. Akpo sat at the kitchen table, reading it by the yellow glow of the ceiling light. The hum of the refrigerator seemed louder. The air in the house, heavier. The next day, he filed a quiet report with the police. They shrugged. "No crime if she left willingly," the officer said, sipping lukewarm coffee. "Happens more than you think." "But someone's threatening us now." The officer leaned back. "No proof. Unless someone's hurt, our hands are tied." Kabi suggested they move. "Sell the house. Leave. Start over." Akpo shook his head. "Running makes you pray. We stay." But staying meant living with questions, like why her business accounts had sudden spikes of cash deposits days before she vanished, or why a former employee of hers, Grace, the soft-spoken assistant, refused to speak to him when he passed her on the street, or why the old storage unit she rented before leaving was now under a different name, B. Oduro, a name Akpo didn't recognize, but Kabi did. "That was her grandmother's name," he whispered. They broke into the unit after midnight. It was filled with boxes of files, flash drives, and, strangely, children's drawings from years ago. And one thing more, a burner phone. Dead. No SIM. But still, it vibrated in Akpo's hand when he pressed the power button. Once, briefly, a message blinked to life. Open quote, "You shouldn't have come here." Close quote. Akpo dropped it. Silence. Kabi looked at his father. Is she warning us or watching us? Akpo didn't answer, because he didn't know anymore. Was Akosya a victim, a mother running from danger, or had she become part of it? And if she had, what came next? The air inside the storage unit felt thinner the longer they stayed. Kabi had his phone flashlight aimed at a dusty cardboard box marked kitchen supplies, but inside weren't pots or pans. Instead, a manila folder thick with printouts and torn receipts sat atop a hard plastic case locked with a rusted latch. Akpo's eyes narrowed. This isn't business. This is something else. Kabi opened the folder. Inside, bank statements, wire transfers, all dated within the last year of Akosya's business. There were massive deposits from accounts that didn't belong to clients. A few names were completely blacked out. But one name kept reappearing. Open quote, Blue Parrot Holdings Limited. Close quote. I've seen this name before, Kabi muttered. On a transfer I helped her make. She said it was a consulting fee. Akpo nodded slowly. Martin. Or worse, Kabi replied. They moved to the next box. It was full of children's art, drawings of houses, stick figures, sons with smiling faces. Some had their names on them. Kabi, Julius. Others didn't. One drawing made Akpo pause. A stick figure labeled Mama stood between two larger shadows, one marked M, the other just a question mark. But it wasn't the figures that disturbed him. It was the caption written above in a child's messy scrawl. Open quote, Mama says secrets are heavier than lies. Close quote. Akpo felt cold. They turned their attention to the hard plastic case. No key. Kabi used a tire iron from the trunk. The latch snapped with a sharp crack. Inside were USB drives, 6 in total, and 1 velvet pouch. Inside the pouch was a small black notebook with pressed gold writing on the front, Ledger 2. The first page had 1 sentence in Akosya's handwriting. Open quote. "If you found this, I'm either gone or running again." Close quote. It wasn't a goodbye, it was a warning. Kabi plugged the first drive into his laptop back at home. Folders popped up, audio files, contracts, images. One folder was named June 6th, Hotel Room 104. They opened it. Inside, audio clips. A woman's voice, Akosya's, was recorded secretly, arguing with someone. "Akosya, I gave you what you asked for. I don't owe you anything now." Male voice, unfamiliar. "You gave me money. You still owe silence, and I don't trust silence. If you touch my kids, I don't need to. You'll do what you're told, like always." Then static. Akpo stared at the screen, rage simmering under his skin. "They were using her," he said. "She got in too deep. She tried to pull out." Kabi whispered, "And now we're holding the proof." A knock at the front door made them both freeze. Not a buzz, a knock. 3 times. Slow. Deliberate. Akpo motioned for Kabi to turn off the laptop. They crept toward the door. Akpo peeked through the peephole. Nothing. No one. Then a slip of paper slid beneath the door. Kabi picked it up. The handwriting was the same as the first threatening letter. Open quote. "Return what's not yours, or your son disappears next." Close quote. No signature, just a single smudge of oil on the corner. That night, they packed the files and drives into a metal lockbox and buried it beneath the crawl space under the house. Akpo didn't sleep. He sat up in the living room, bat in hand, waiting. Not like a man afraid, but like a man ready. Morning came, and with it, another envelope. This one was different. Inside was a photograph. Akosya, alive, eyes wild in a dim room, handcuffed to a radiator. A newspaper lay next to her. The date? Yesterday. On the back, written in thick red ink. Open quote. "You want her? Trade." Close quote.
Audio Jungle.